Welcome to the preview, fuckers.
Terrifyingly jacked. He looks like a goddamn mutant of a husband.
You're getting really though. Really?
But what does he get?
He has a lot to
He's
say.
like, what am I getting?
Really, Toby. Really.
I was part of those gifting tables. Mom, let me speak.
I need to talk on this. I need to speak on this, Mom.
But if you don't get the flux capacitor, the Wonderflorium to actually properly run DeLorean, the cost effectiveness just goes straight out the window. But you see these people getting in, and it's because of that promise of success and wealth and fame and perfection that we're all brought up to imagine is the perfect picture, and we lose sight of what's truly important of being happy.
It's not a difference of opinion. It is a difference of reality.
Hey, fuckers, how's it going? That's them just going through the neighborhood.
Yep. So these women, if anyone's still unfamiliar with this, have this group where they have levels, and like CC points out, it really is just a pyramid scheme. They have levels, and they're named after courses in a meal. And it's basically, you come in on the first level, you're the bitch, you give the money, and then at the top level, you're the boss, and you take the money.
So this is the white, rich, housewife version of prison.
But better, because you're not in prison and you either get a lot of money or you lose a lot of money. So it's the appetizers are at the bottom, and then it's the soup and salad, and then it's the entrees, and then it's the dessert. And the dessert person is the only person who gets money, and they get $40,000. How good are you at convincing someone to do something?
And what I would wonder too would be like, what is the pitch? Because this is before MLMs and pyramid schemes as we know them, where they would message you online or send you a text or an email. What did you do? Just walk up to somebody at the store or at your yoga class?
A bunch of crazy old aunts became Billy Mays. That's all I'm picturing right now to sell this product.
Well, they were trying to get more and more people, and like Auntie Jill was super big into making sure you're picking the right people. But then Barb was running out of people, so she goes to her AA group.
Just a bigger selection pool. That's all she's looking at.
But they don't have the money.
A more desperate.
Wait, no. This isn't Hampton Roads AA. This is classy-ass Connecticut AA. They have money. They have the money.
But not technically, because the rule is that from experience that when you go to a anonymous group, no matter what it is for, you don't go to the one closest to your house. You go to the one usually a little bit away so that you don't run into someone from your church or from your neighborhood, right? That's why you want to keep it, more anonymous. So
that makes sense, yeah.
And not everyone in that area was super, super rich. I mean, a lot of people were, but she wasn't inviting the people who were super rich.
Because she felt that she was helping them, and isn't that the trap that you get into though with any kind of a pyramid scheme?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to help people. I want to help my family. I want to be a better mom. And they prey on that. I want to be a better person. I want to recover from this addiction. And it's like
they're predators in every sense of the word. It is they look at it like the food chain. Yeah. And unfortunately the ones who get preyed on are the ones who really needed it the most.
What I didn't realize when I first looked into this was, unlike an MLM, in the vein of more of a traditional pyramid scheme, you can rise to the top, you can quit your pyramid, and then you can actually start at the bottom with a whole nother one.
That's what they were counting on.
Yeah.
They spoke in so much code and stuff. As well as I said in the last episode, Jill said that pesky murder got in the way, and that's why this all got found out.
Scooby-Doo gang is irritated.
Right.
Yeah, that is bold of
you have to
my words, not her words. She said if Barbie never got killed, we would still be doing this.
You get to the top of that pyramid and you branch off and start at the bottom, you already have a quicker route to success. Mm-hmm. So for some of these people getting 2, 3, 4 pyramids started, you're making low risk, high reward because you've done it and you can be craftier and you can get to the top quicker.
Yeah, that's
Well,
right.
and you've got more money to start with or play around with.
Yeah. And that's actually what happens in MLMs though, too, is that, for instance, I know before Monate started, there were a lot of girls who were in either Arbonne or It Works or just any of them. And then, or even the older ones. And then Monate started and they took their entire downline from whatever one they were in and went into Monate. And then they had all those girls still sign up under them. So they just rose so quickly. And then it's also that facade of, oh, well, now we're the first real team in here. And then now all of them have a leg up. So that's also how they'll entice people to move with them, because they're like, oh, well, now you'll have this quick success and you'll do better. And the pay scale's better, which doesn't really make sense because all commission structures are going to be shitty in MLMs no matter what, because it's just a scam. But I will just have the least shitty of the structures.
Still,
the gifting tables is the worst
in a weird way. And I almost don't want to say this because I'm fucking fervently anti-MLM, but
cheers to that.
Seriously, cheers to that. And I gotta admire them for being honest and just being like, look, we're gonna take your money and then you're gonna make more money. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were more honest than what's his nuts Ponzi, who coined the term Ponzi scheme. Yeah. I mean, he was buying and selling the Brooklyn Bridge like every day.
They were more honest than early days Jim Jones, who was like paying bills and shit.
Okay.
Yeah, but
selling spider monkeys.
So wait, I was going to say before or after he sold the monkeys.
Right. Yeah, hold on there.
But still, like, the honesty behind them and the fact that they got people excited to give them their money. They referenced the one lady who put it in a balloon and popped it and it was raining hundreds.
They made it seem like an exclusive club, though. And at that time, there really was not really a place for them to go. There's all these country clubs and stuff. But back then, and especially up there, most of their country clubs or social clubs, it's mostly just men who can be members and their wives come and use their numbers or whatever, right? But with that was like a place for them to go. And then their husbands encouraged it because they came home with bands of just straight cash, which is
right.
My husband would ask so many questions.
Oh, yeah, you would.
And how fucking rich do you have to be that the country clubs in Connecticut just get boring?
Right.
But then the other thing is some of these people, like Jill even said that she was using this money to pay her husband's insurance.
Right.
Yeah.
Because he had lost his job or whatever and he was sick. So this is 2008. Everything was shitty. I had just graduated college. So it was rough.
I had lost my entire savings then too. So even if you had money, you might be struggling at that time. But the ones that got in real trouble were Jill and some of the people at the very top, Donna Bello. They went to prison.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask CC was, what do you think attracts people to pyramid schemes and MLMs in general?
In my opinion, it's the one we have to look at who are they targeting the most. It's either single people. Each MLM really does have a little bit more of a specific pool they go from, but mostly it's all the same type of people. Basically people who are desperate, people who have something in their life that's missing, which realistically, usually it's something that can be filled internally, right? Because it's not just going to be filled with the fake love bombing and the fake community, because once you're not making the money, they don't care about you at all. And then also it's that desperation for a need to try to fill some certain part of your life. And they might act like it's not about money, but it is. And it's that dream and the false opportunity that they present to you of, oh, it's so easy. It's so easy to do this. It's so easy to get to the top. Look at me. I have so much freedom. But it's like, girl, do you have freedom? Because you're on your phone constantly. Right. Like your thumbs are in casts because you're typing so much. Like you don't have freedom. So,
and then don't you also kind of lose, they say, I want to help people or feel better. And are you really helping people if you're just turning off most of the people that already care about you and who you already know?
Yeah, mostly everyone who I have talked to who has either gotten out of an MLM. Keep in mind, obviously, it's just my experience with it. And I've helped and not to get off topic, but this is why it makes it worth all the hate and just ridiculous stuff that's said about me and all just the harassment that I get regarding all this, is the fact that I have people messaging me. I was talking to a director level. I believe she's at the second from the top rank of Monate. And she's like, I watched your videos and it made me second guess everything. And now I realize I can't do this anymore. This is horrible. And I'm out. I can't do it anymore. Thank you so much. If you want to interview me, I'm ready. And I was like, oh shit.
Big drop there.
Yeah, but that person specifically has lost all of her actual friends. This entire thing becomes, no matter what MLM it is, no matter what pyramid scheme it is, no matter what opportunity or collective, it's a cult. Let's call it what it is, right?
Yeah.
No matter what it is, it takes over your life. And it's very dangerous for that to happen, because once you lose that, you don't have anything left, because you've driven away your friends, your family, anyone who would have been there for you. And the people who were there for you, who were making money off of you or making money because of you, is just not there, because you're not making money for them anymore. Every single person I talk to loses everyone, and not only loses everyone around them and their support system, but also, not to be corny, but loses themselves too. They don't have a personality. All they talk about is their pyramid scheme and their opportunity and what it's done for them. They're so detached that unfortunately they can't see.
Right.
And they're too close to it. And then they always take people being like, you're brainwashed, you're crazy, please don't fucking talking about it. They take that as like hate. Obviously, that's not the way to approach them, but they take people being caring and loving them and wanting to help them as people being haters and jealous and all that. But it's like, we're just trying to save you from yourself, because you're too close to it. You can't see it. When you're surrounded by that and engulfed in it, you can't actually see what's happening.
Could you say, with after Waco, we've seen a downfall in the religious cult? Could you say that the MLMs have taken that stance as the new modern day cult? We're not looking at drink the Flavor Aid or get into a fight with the FBI, but you're literally throwing your life away.
Yeah, I would definitely say that. But also I think that's because a lot more people these days are more, I don't want to say too sensitive, but sensitive to the fact of, well, it's your religion. For instance, I called Jehovah's Witness a cult the other day, and I had 6 people in my DM going off on me. And I'm like, guys, look at it. I love you as a human still. That doesn't mean I don't love you. You can hate Christianity. Doesn't mean you hate me. I'm Presbyterian. Love it. I respect the hell out of that Pope hat, and I love that. I want to get myself one and bedazzle it. He's a badass. He loves gays. I love him. But I think that's why we've kind of gotten away from that religion's a cult, which some of them can definitely be, like Scientology, like Jehovah's Witness. But then, yes, I think it's also easier to see it not as a cult. Like, to the people on the outside, yes, it's a fucking cult. But it checks almost all of the boxes. But then to the people on the inside, it's not, because we sell a product and we're not following someone at the top. And it's like,
you are, though.
But you are.
Like, you have that person on a pedestal. Like, yes, you do.
Isn't that like the Rick and Morty line? Isn't that gay with a few more steps? Isn't that a cult with a couple more steps?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's true. I've never heard that one. That's amazing.
I was going to say it's definitely a cult mentality at the very, very, very least, but I would agree.
Gifting tables, too, almost seem like, hey, yes, the money is there. That's the goal for joining. You're also getting this whole community of people, like you touched on before. For the gifting tables, they're buying into a lot more than just the possibility of getting money and security, though. They're buying into the social club. They're buying into importance and, like you said, exclusivity. How do you get somebody like that out of the bubble that they're in? Essentially, because some of these people still support the gifting tables these many years later. How can you get them out of there?
Girl.
Deprogramming.
Yeah. I mean, look at the Scientology doc that's on HBO Max.
I will say, like, I have several friends that are consultants for various MLMs. And I'm using the term in the present tense super loosely because I don't see them pushing it right now. So I know one had to leave because she had some personal issues going on, and because she wasn't selling, they cut her. Whereas I think my other friend isn't selling right now because she's already working 2 jobs.
Talk about financial freedom.
Right.
Yeah.
She's working 2 jobs. Her husband has at least 1 job, and then they have 2 boys.
What economy boom.
Well, I will say they got me this very cute mug.
Aww.
That's adorable.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that when I was home. That was awesome.
One of my friends at work, this is her side gig, is she makes these.
I mean, do something legit like that. You
Right.
know, why do you have to
She got a Cricut and figured out how to glitter shit. It's
right.
Become a millionaire within 5 years, which no, you can't.
Well, I mean, look at the Shanann Watts thing. Her whole life was Facebook, and she was part of Thrive under Liddell, I believe it was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Segway King. I was wanting to bring her up.
quick on the draw.
I definitely wanted to bring her up while we had CC on. Thank you, Segway King.
I've been laying in dormant for a little bit. I couldn't get the into episode segues. I've been waiting for it. But yeah, she lived her whole life on Facebook Live. Her job was that, like they said, she worked from home. She never left her phone. You were bringing it up when, they're always texting. That consumed and ultimately made that case that much bigger. It was all the social media exposure.
Yeah.
And how she is, was constantly, talking to her friends in the MLM. And same with Alexa Sharkey. She was, God rest her soul, with Monate, and she's in Houston, and basically same thing, but it's in real time. She had a terrifyingly jacked, it looks like a goddamn mutant of a husband. She was found naked and deceased in a bush off of a service access road in Houston, and her husband's and their whole relationship is super quick and rushed and seems weird anyways. And he's like 20 years older than her. He's like, I miss her so much. She's the light of my life, blah, blah. And it's like, you did it. What are you talking about?
I'm looking at these pictures now because I was unaware of this.
Yes, please send me the link. I have a documentary before I go to bed.
I just Googled her name.
For it. It's just, if you Google it and try to find what I always do whenever I'm trying to find true crime updates in real time, look at I'm sure you'll already do this, but look at the one that says like last updated, and you'll see like the most recent one, the most recent date. But that's what I do. And I've been following up almost every single day, trying to see if there's an update. And it looks like the cause of death autopsy finally came in. Good God, it took like almost a month, but looks like it was strangulation. And the reason why there wouldn't have been bruising, my husband said that because found her butt ass naked upside down in a bush, and they said that there was like nothing, no marks, no nothing on her body. They thought it was going to be drugs or something. And my husband said if he had just strangled her, there would have been redness, but that would have disappeared by the time
before
the bruising wouldn't have happened and developed until like a day later. My husband's a cop. I was like, why was she naked? And he's like, I see dead bodies naked all the time. And I'm like, why? And he's like,
why?
He said, they're always naked. I don't know. And I was like,
because it's Thursday. Fuck it. Dicks out Thursday.
Yeah, I was like, why don't you have any other answers for me? He's like, I don't know, babe. Why do people kill themselves when they're naked? I have no idea. People are always naked. I'm like, it's really weird, but it just proved if you looked at her Instagram or Shanann Watts, you would have been like, God, they're so happy and they're just thriving at this business and they're just doing so great. And then their husbands killed them. Goes into the false presence that they show.
Yeah.
That's one reason why I and a lot of other creators show I post pictures all the time of this is what I look like without a filter. I'm a potato. I'll say something.
Filters, let's
Girl,
be honest.
Potato all the time. It's my favorite. Right now, I'm a hot potato. But
I need that on a shirt.
I'm working on it.
I love it.
My husband told me today, he was like, you need to do that, and then you need to make Mr. and Mrs. Potato Heads.
Yes.
Great idea.
I will like,
can you do a baby potato? Because I have a toddler that needs one.
She is a potato.
Yes.
She is a potato.
I will make a onesie for that.
Little Lily.
Not a onesie, a kid's shirt, because it's obviously not, kids grow, I don't know.
Yeah.
They all use crazy filters and stuff, and that's a huge problem, not only with MLMs, but with social media in general. They show basically only what's perfect. And that also goes into, oh, I have all the free time I want. I can work from wherever I want. And meanwhile, I'm like, I'm on the beach not doing shit.
Right.
Got PTO, like, hey, 2 job. But they frown on that. It's not a difference of opinion. It is a difference of reality.
It is. They're living in a totally different reality.
Kind of like how 90% of the time all celebrities look like they are perfect and living the perfect life, and then that's what you try to sell.
Yeah. You don't sell a person anymore. You sell an image.
Yeah.
Right.
All of it is selling an image.
And when this is shown on Patreon, they're going to see I wear my pajamas every time I do this. It's fine.
That's fine. That's what we do.
Yeah. But I think that's also why, like, as we get older, we, like, for instance, like, as we get older, like, you like to see people who are more refreshing, who are potatoes. As you get older, a lot of women appreciate Chrissy Teigen, who doesn't know how to shut the fuck up, who is constantly in her bed, donuts and blah, blah, or she's crying on the couch. Yes, I carry around this blanket because it reminds me of the child that I just lost and had to give birth to, and I went home with a death certificate. That type.
I sat there and cried. The
girl.
Whole time.
Yeah.
I will cry right fucking now.
Oh, please don't.
Right?
Because then I'll cry, and then we're all just going to ugly cry.
I'll give you a topic. Discuss amongst yourself. Lonely Island, neither road nor island discuss.
But that's what happens as we get older. But
so
I was going to say, I think there's a push anyway, just regardless of demographic, for that more real thing. And I think it's been a slow push, but I think there's been a push. But it might just be because I'm getting older now.
No, I agree.
And also in looking at getting older, shit, I'm in my 30s now. I never thought I'd make it this far. Yeah. But you see these people getting in, and it's because of that promise of success and wealth and fame and perfection that we're all brought up to imagine is the perfect picture, and we lose sight of what's truly important of being happy.
Right.
Well, and they try to sell the happiness.
But that's the thing here's what I don't get. On one side, they're selling the happiness and, oh, I can make my own schedule. Look, I'm a real business owner. I can make my own schedule to an extent, but I'm working all the time. But then they turn around and they go, but if you stop hustling for 1 second, you're not doing enough. And it's like, how do you reckon that one thing with the other?
And 1 second, 1 day, that shouldn't affect it. I'm pretty sure, Dominique, I don't know if you saw, but I put on and I always am very honest with my subscribers and my following everyone. I put on my YouTube community page last night, I think. I was like, guys, I'm going through some shit. I was like, I wanted to get up 2, hopefully 3 more videos this weekend, but your girl's not going to be able to do it. And I'm just not I have time. I'm
not in the headspace. That's okay.
Yeah. And because me and Tony were going through some shit, and good God, I was fucking crying last night. Listen, my uterus wall is super slippery. It pisses me off. However, I'm real about that, and I love the fact that I'm real about it. It helps me to know other people go through it too. Same with other people, right? It shouldn't be a taboo. However, me turning off, which I'm not turning off, I'm still going to answer DMs, still going to talk to people. Like, these are my friends, my fucking interactions, right?
Yeah.
So turning off for 2 days, not posting a video for 2 days, which realistically it's been like almost a week now. I've done live streams to make up for it, but doing that, I'm still going to hit my goal. Actually, I don't even need to look. I already know I've hit my goal of making 2,500 from YouTube this month.
That's awesome.
I'm just so excited. Look at my double chin. That's how excited I am. Turning it off for that long doesn't affect it because it's an actual business, right? It's an actual side hustle. But with an MLM, if you turn it off for 1 day, stop working for 1 second, it doesn't actually... The thing is that that's such a manipulation because then it doesn't actually affect you a lot. It affects your upline. And that's why they tell you that, is because if they say, well, if you stop working, you're not going to hit your next rank, or you're not going to get this, you're not going to get that. But realistically, if the person below you slacks off or takes a vacation or actually doesn't work from wherever they want, then that affects you and not them. I mean, just like the gifting tables, if the person under you doesn't deliver and doesn't bring on 2 more appetizers or soups or entrees or fucking side salads, then you're not going to get that money, and then you're going to look like an idiot.
That's the most insulting way I've ever heard someone talk about side dishes.
I'm starving.
I was too. I was so starving. I ate a whole sandwich on camera. So yeah.
I ate 3 on a live stream before this, and I'm definitely gonna go get nachos after this.
Oh my god, that sounds so good.
I'm wearing my stretchy cute pants for a reason.
I haven't been able to eat crunchy things in almost 2 weeks. I'm dying for chips. I had oral surgery a couple weeks ago. I had a gum graft, and
I thought you were using oral sex. I was gonna be like, girl, me too. It's okay. It's fine.
No, I had a gum graft.
Phrasing. We talked about this in the group chat.
Sorry, sorry, brother.
Yeah, that's nothing.
That's nothing.
We have the best and worst relationship ever. She's the best.
Y'all are very, very similar to me and my siblings. We talk about butt stuff all the time. It's
yeah. Unfortunately, so do all of us. And why? I don't know.
Dom is the honorary sister.
Yeah, I acquired another sister, and all the sisterly advice for everything to do in my life.
Everything.
Well, I mean, have we ever steered you wrong before?
Yeah, exactly.
Fair point.
Oh, Back to the Future mug you're drinking out of?
Yes, it's from the Wormhole Cafe in Chicago. Back when you could actually go to restaurants.
I love that. Are you impressed that I could actually?
I love that.
All I saw was the doors, and I was like, "That's a fucking DeLorean."
100%. You can tell it's a DeLorean. Yeah.
But if you don't get the flux capacitor, the Wonderflorium to actually properly run DeLorean, the cost effectiveness just goes straight out the window.
Listen, if I don't go back to the fucking Old West, if I go 88 miles an hour, then I'm fucking getting a refund, okay?
Yeah,
right?
I don't care.
Right?
If I'm not wearing a puffy jacket for no goddamn reason, okay?
No. I'm not going to rename myself Clint Eastwood without that token. Come on now. Oh.
I did not take this DeLorean to go back to take credit for not inventing Google, but I will take it over.
Gonna go back and invent Blapple like in Future Man. If you haven't seen that, you gotta watch that.
Oh my god, I love that.
I was just gonna say Google. I always think about that. I don't know why.
Because that's what we would all do. That is the most true fact. And the movie's goofy and stupid and awesome, but it is literally the exact fact of what any human person would do if they could go back in time. You frontman Motley Crue, and you invent Google.
Yeah,
who would invent Amazon? Doesn't he have more money?
Jeff Bezos, yeah, he
now he does, but at the time that the movie came out,
yeah.
I would be Freddie Mercury's counterpart. And we would be the bisexual just dream team.
I love that.
Yes, I love it.
Minus the AIDS.
Right.
Yeah, subtract. Right. Just tell him not to hook up with that guy.
Yeah.
No, just tell him to wrap his shit.
I keep him alive. You're welcome.
Yes.
Oh,
you're welcome, buddy.
There are so many people I would trade for Freddie Mercury.
Oh my god, yes.
So many.
And all the Kardashians.
I mean, yeah.
Hey, those
and that gets us only back Freddie's toe. Or like 5 mustache hairs.
I mean, aren't we all only worth a toe or 5 mustache hairs, really, when you think about it? Why?
And I've been watching Adam Lambert's Insta.
He's good.
Love him.
He is.
He's one of the only people that does Freddie justice, other than obviously Rami Malek now.
Well, and Paul Rogers from Bad Company. It's fucking phenomenal.
That's another one. And then also Pink. She one time, I was watching this, I guess, live concert on TV, and they did this weird transition, and I was like, I know that music. What the fuck is she about to do? I was already mad. I was like, how dare she? And then she came out in the jacket, but it was like a Pink version. And then I was like, oh my God, I didn't know. I respect you. I'm so sorry for doubting you.
I love you now. Sorry.
God, so good. So beautiful.
I won tickets one time on a local radio station to go see a Queen cover band. I don't remember who the lead singer was, but he had everything down. He had the moves. He had the vocals. Everybody else was kind of like, they were just the backup band. It was that guy, though.
We found a guy.
That's how Queen was, isn't it?
No, that is not how Queen was.
The
hair.
No,
do not. No,
point.
I am not going to get triggered right now.
We can fight. It's fine. I'll take your Pope hat.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Can't wait.
You'll be
Can't wait to see a bedazzled one.
Oh, the Instagram picture. I cannot wait.
Just watch Brian May explain strings theory, and you might actually change your mind.
Oh my gosh,
phenomenal! Like, how are you an astrophysicist and a guitar wizard? How?
Well, and then one of the guys from The Offspring is a marine biologist.
Stop it! Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, the lead singer's a doctor or something like that.
Oh my gosh, I did not know that.
It's so much more impressive when people have two things that it's like, what can't you do?
Right.
Yeah.
And then I just
grueling tour schedule and also write my thesis statement.
And then I think about it.
Get out of bed before 8 a.m.
I think about it and just get exhausted.
Yeah, like I need a nap just hearing about what you're good at.
Right. Like I'm sitting here going, I think I want to go to law school, and then I'm thinking about all the work, and I'm like,
I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to go for something that I love. So it's either going to be just finish my degree in psychology, or just say and do criminology, because that's what my husband has it in. And he said that it was really fun, and he learned all about just like all the true crime shit as well. That's why he's kind of like a murderino too.
I like that term.
But I did not coin that term. That's from my favorite murder.
Nice.
Yeah, if you haven't listened to that podcast, you need to. But it was amazing. They're so good. Then I was like, oh, that's a lot of money, and that's a lot of work.
A lot of work.
And I don't want to do that. Like I'm smart. Can't y'all just believe me?
Yeah, that's fine.
And to rope it back in, that's why this gifting table worked. That last take.
Yes.
King of fucking segues.
Get this man on a segue.
Yes.
Paul Blart right here. Paul Blart, the segue.
I love it.
Because, our ADD hit hard, and then here comes Matt.
Guys.
With the segue.
Yeah, I'm not on Adderall anymore, so I apologize. But that's what it is. It's, believe me, I'm smart, I'm successful, I'm beautiful with my 47 filters on and all of my fake designer bags that I bought from GH Gate. Believe me, they're real.
Yep. I love that. That's so cool.
Now, could you, with this case in particular, like there is the theory that someone from the MLM killed her.
Yeah, that's true. So what do you think?
Do you think that is a plausible theory for this?
Yeah, let's do the sinister hood thing and go, okay, so what do you think?
So, the problem with this brain, it's big and beautiful, but it does not turn off, as I'm sure y'all clearly don't either. That's what we're doing here, right?
Exactly.
But after every single episode, first of all, I left. It might as well have been high school sex because I left very unsatisfied after after each episode, I was like, it's the fucking aunt. And then I was like, it's the fucking sister. And then I was like, holy fuck, it's the dad? And then I was like, what? And then at the fucking credits, and I was like, what do you mean we don't know? Like, bitch, I dedicated way too much time to this. I Googled when the next one was going to come out. Like, how dare you do this to me? It was very, very hurtful and offensive.
It is.
Bad Madison from Madison. Bad.
Right? My personality and Madison have that in common. Apparently, we're very hurtful and offensive. But it's confusing because there's multiple things like, so for instance, let's get the timeline right first, because if it was someone from, let's not call it an MLM because it is a legit pyramid scheme. So with the pyramid scheme, when were they caught and what would have been the benefit to someone killing her from there? Because that's where my mind goes.
Yeah. I'm right there with you because I don't think it was someone from the tables.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of is maybe it was someone from the AA group that kind of lost their shit when they didn't move up fast enough, and it was a crime of passion, and then they felt bad about it. But I don't really think it's that.
And that's the angle I look at with the whole MLM doing it idea is there was so many ways to get tripped up in that system. You know, it took a lot of being a snake basically to get to the top. Mm-hmm. So if someone actually has a kind heart and they want to bring somebody in, but they can't afford it, and then you think, hey, if I loan them a little bit of money to get them in, that boosts me up, and then all of a sudden you're up shit's fuck creek, especially in 2008. It's very easy for someone to snap.
Yeah, but also her being killed is what got all of them caught, right? Or did they get caught before she got killed?
Oh, no, you're right.
After.
Killed. Yeah.
So why would someone do that to bring attention to it? So personally, I mean, obviously all of them are fucking dumb, but I personally think that, and I want to hear what y'all think too, I think it was the sister because she had the mindset of wanting to all the animosity towards her sister. She had her fucking purse. She had her sister's fucking purse. And she said, she was like, yeah, they didn't take it. And it's like, why do you have it, ma'am?
Oh.
So, that was very sketchy to me. And then
why didn't you turn it in kind of thing?
Exactly. Like, what are you doing? Like, I understand the cops, really fumbled it. And now they really do admit that they fucked up on it. But then I understand they're like small towns still. That doesn't matter. It's not an excuse. You're a cop. Do your fucking job. As a cop.
Changes in the air. They admitted they fucked up.
Exactly.
Did they put the biker gang away too?
Yeah, you guys do away with the fucking biker gang for fuck's sake. No.
Like, as a cop wife, do your goddamn job. It's your fucking job. It's insane. So that is a huge thing too. And then also the sister, I don't think she did it. I don't think she would have had the mental capacity to do it. No. She, by the way she talks and how she puts out her jaw, and I'm not like making fun of her, but the way that she like puts out her jaw when she talks, I don't know if y'all have been around a lot of people who have done severe drugs. She even admitted, Madison even admitted that she had to. I went to rehab. I'm very open about that. And I knew a lot of people who like talked like that and moved their jaw and stuff and talked a lot more slowly because of the mental effects that all the drugs had. So that's the first thing I caught on with her. And I was like, do I have to watch this at 2 times speed? Why is this bitch talking so slow?
I know. She really does.
Where is her jaw going? And then I realized, I was like, oh, I'm an asshole. I get it. Okay.
No. And she's borderline personality disorder too. So it's like, there's a lot going on.
Yeah. But also I'm happy that her brother also like kind of wrapped it up though too, like wrapped up her storyline basically, to say like she got away from it. Honestly, her brother was already gone and she didn't want to be there for any of it. I get it. I understand that. She left. She found her happy place. She found a family. She found a home. I get it. I thought it was the sister. The more I thought about it, don't think it's the sister. Well, the daughter technically.
Yeah.
It's definitely, in my opinion, the sister of the mom. And I don't think it's
you think it's Conway.
Yeah, I don't think it's the dad because he just doesn't want to talk because he doesn't want to implicate himself in all the financial shit because he was laundering. Do we think that the jealousy is there? The reason why and it might just be me being a biased bitch, but my mother has a twin sister that we call the evil. This is so fucked up, y'all are gonna but we even like go as far to say, we joke that my mom's evil tried to like eat her in the womb, but it didn't work. So my mom just came out with a bunch of like health issues. She's fine, obviously now, but she's the type that once my mom got pregnant, she had to get pregnant right after. So all of her kids are like 9 months younger than my siblings. And then there's not one that matches up with me because she was like, I'm done. I can't afford more. And then I was a happy surprise. Clearly an accident. She was drinking at 4 months pregnant. She didn't know. I'm fine. But
so there's a parallel there with Conway.
Yeah.
Well, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I might be very biased, but we go as the bitch is fucking crazy to the point where my mom and her sister are adopted, right? So for my mom's 60th birthday, I surprised her and somehow got her to spit in a tube without her realizing that I was doing the ancestry DNA. And I was like, here, this is fun. Let's have a contest and see who can get her spit in this.
Genius.
There was a lot of Crown Royal.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Yeah. So she did it. And then I got the results back. And then I found her birth mother. And I'm in Tampa. She's in Orlando. And I contacted the lady's son. Guys, I can find out anything about anyone within 30 minutes. My cop husband even knows it. And I'm pretty sure that's why he won't become a detective, because I will steal all of his cases and solve all of them, and he won't have bullshit to do.
Yeah, exactly. They say behind every successful man is a strong woman. So,
hey, I've literally talked to the sheriff as well. I'm friends with his wife, and he was like, "You should come hang out. You should just go fly in the helicopter with me. What are you doing on Tuesday?" And I'm like, I should not be accepted around any of those things. We will be down. No, I need to be banned. And he was like, that's probably for the best with what I'm saying right now. But
you in the interrogation room, just really suspect.
Where were you last Tuesday? Ma'am, I'm the cop. But yeah, we were me and my 3 siblings, they are like me, but worse. And by worse, I mean more hilarious. But they were all joking. They're like, you should have just told them that the other twin didn't make it, that she's dead. We don't have to deal with all that. And I was like, fuck, you're right. And my mom even says that to this day. She's like, I know it's fucked up, but we should have done that. Because she's a psycho. She's a drunk. She's a narcissist.
I got one of those in my family too. I get it.
Girl, we all do. She's fucking crazy.
We all do.
I seem to date them.
I mean,
you're not wrong.
No, you're not wrong.
You can't help it if you're related, but if you date them,
that's a different.
More than
one.
Did I just obtain another sister?
I was going to say you might have just obtained another sister, and when are you going to start listening to all 3 of us?
Yeah, I was going to say honorary cousin at the beginning of the podcast. But my point of all that is that it's the jealousy grows into I was going to say animosity, but honestly, secret hatred. And she even Conway even went on about that at the beginning of, the series and on and on and on. And the reason why I think it's just law, get ready. I know you're going to agree. I'm so excited.
Do I need to hold on to something?
I don't know. Are you sitting?
Come here.
I am sitting.
So just sit down.
I'm sitting. It's a very fucked up setup that I have right now, but I'm
sitting. While we're on a box and I'm sweating, it's fine. Put on your Pope-Hat. Get ready. So I got to put on my top hat.
Oh, I love it.
Hats on for the theory.
So what I think happened is that I think that she took this daughter's name, whatever the daughter's name is. I think she took, sure.
Okay.
I don't know, fucking daughter. So, Jaw girl. I think she took the daughter to school, and then she came home, and Conway obviously knew that schedule. So she was waiting for her when she got home. So she killed her, and then she saw on the mom's phone that the daughter was blowing her up and was like, bitch, come get me. I'm having a bad mental health day. I don't want to be here. And so then what's her face turned off her cell phone. And because obviously there's a time, and I told this to my husband, and he was like,
whoa,
how are you not a fucking cop? What's happening? Should I just call the fucking wherever they are police station and tell them? But the thing is that with crime scenes, you have a time frame, right? So they said, they're like, no, the person's phone was turned off at that time. And then Madison was like, oh, but all the suspects I have, their phones weren't turned off. You don't know exactly what happened. Okay. Yeah. You don't know how fast the car was going. You don't know if there was traffic, anything like that. We have pings. We don't have exact fucking seconds. Right. And from what it looked, it's weird. So the coverings, how she covered the body, that shows, regret. I don't want anyone to see this. I don't want the daughter to see this. Also, though, trying to hide it, because I'm assuming, allegedly, no one sue me. What I think happened is that, again, she saw her fucking texting her a bunch. She took her purse, And then the daughter called her instead because that's her aunt. She lives close by. So she's like, hey, mom's not answering. I need you to come pick me up from school. So she's like, okay. And then hid the body because she's like, if I'm going to bring her back here, I don't want her to see the fucking any of this.
So that, go inside, Ellie. You check inside, right?
Yeah. So the first thing the daughter saw, she was like, what the fuck's up with that dog statue? Like, what is that? Like, what's happening? And usually that's not something you would notice if you don't live there, like that something's wrong with this, right? But if I go to my parents' house and I see that, their little bulldog statue, or even my house, everyone in my family, whenever we move into a house, my parents give us a little bulldog statue because that's like our fucking family sigil. It's weird. It's fine. If our little bulldog statue on our front porch was fucking decapitated and broken, me or Tony would be like, the fuck happened here? Like, what's going on? But anyone else would be like, that's dumb. You need to fix that, and wouldn't think anything of it or wouldn't even see it. Right. So I think that's why Conway maybe didn't even think about it, or I don't know, didn't even like do anything about it, but she was rushed. Hiding it like that shows that it was rushed, and just all of it was rushed. So a lot of fights that we have with our siblings or with our sisters, especially with someone crazy like that, we don't announce. And I don't think that the victim would have said it to her kids. Her son was on drugs in a way, wasn't there. She was fighting with her daughter, and you don't tell your daughter that kind of shit unless they're older. My mom confides in me about her crazy fucking I'm almost 30 now, and I know her fucking psycho. I get it. I've been there. I've been on the receiving end of it, and her terrifying looking fucking horrible lash extensions. But
don't get me started on those.
But I'm older, right? So I'm an adult. She was 15, 16. So she was in high school. So she wouldn't have told her those type of things, at least I think. So I think it was the sister. I think she then was like, oh my God, where is she? Oh, why don't we go? Why would you go around the house? Why are you looking on the outside of the house right away? Why aren't you both looking inside the house and calling her phone?
Hey, what?
Yeah.
And she knew where to find the cushions. It was cold still, and Madison and the sister said that the cushions wouldn't have been outside yet because the patio furniture wasn't being used. It was still covered. So we would have known where to find the cushions. Someone else wouldn't have known. Someone like an associate with the dad, like they were divorced and they didn't even talk. So why would...
Well, that's what I said about how would they even have found this house? So it was out in the middle of BFE. You had to know the place to get there. So it had to have been somebody close to her. But then, like you said, you would have even had to know more than that. You would have had to know where the cushions were, where the furniture was, where everything was. Schedule. That's a really, I like that theory.
Yeah, that definitely shakes a couple trees there, and what I thought happened, and how the dad was involved.
Well,
yeah,
go. I want to hear. Go. You have your hat on. Go.
I was going to say, didn't Conway say something at the end of one of the episodes about how she hired someone, or she thought she may have hired someone when she was high to kill her?
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
Not saying that it was this particular person, but there was motive there. Maybe she was very specific with that person. Maybe this is all like her being kind of spacey is all an act.
Yeah, that's possible.
Well, she was in Florida. It's when she like dipped out and was like, "You got my kid, bye," and just was being crazy down in Florida. Which, sorry, I don't claim her. I live in a very nice area, I promise. But I mean, the person on the other side of my neighbor might be a crackhead.
Outside in Tampa proper or outside of Tampa?
I live in South Tampa, so Tampa proper.
All right, I lived in Spring Hill for a year, so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like an hour away from me. That's very far. But yeah, we saw our crackhead neighbor. Her name's
The crackhead might be a new character.
Oh, it's a reoccurring character, let me tell you. Guys, when she moved into that house, she like rents. She doesn't even fucking rent. She just is there. And my husband saw her and he's like, she looks fucking familiar. And then he walked back into the room and he goes, I arrested her a year ago.
Oh, God.
No. He goes, yeah, I just looked her up. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Small world.
Yes.
It's a small world after all.
I would take that song a million times over rather than her pretending that she's not giving like $5 mediocre blowjobs to random guys that drive by. Hey, listen, sex work, do whatever you want.
I agree,
I wish it was legal. Do whatever you want with your body, baby. Work it. She looked good in those heels. I was like, babe, she's charging extra today. Fuck yeah, go get it.
$5.50 for mediocre blowjobs. $6.75 for decent, and a whopping $8 for a good one.
Hey, she might tickle the balls for 10.
Oh,
that's excellent.
And we all know the finger up the butthole is 15. But
yeah, I was gonna say 20, but hey, if she's wearing heels, it's 20.
Yeah. That's how you judge. That's how you judge. The lift of the heel is how much it costs for the finger up the butthole.
How high is your arch? But yeah, it's.
You're thinking Conway because of the
of the
knowledge of the area.
Thank you. I love you for that. Yeah, y'all got me all over the place. So the aspect of like she was planning on hiring a hitman to come and murder her sister, right? She's an idiot. It wasn't a fucking hitman. Someone took advantage of her and took her fucking bag of money that she was yelling at a bar because she's a drunk nerd, and she's like, I have money, I need a hitman. Do you know one? And the guy's like, Sure.
Which is
I'm going to put on a fake mustache and a silly hat, and I'm going to be the hitman.
Break your glass. I need a monocle. Ted, break your glass.
That's still you. I don't know what you're talking about. So,
I am not Frederick von Nostrand. No.
I'm Snidely Whiplash.
Exactly. So she's a big old dum-dum, but it shows that she has that, tension and those intense feelings towards her sister of, you took my firstborn baby and you have all of this, and then you went through this divorce and you lost everything, but you didn't actually lose everything, And the thing of, basically like when someone's like, oh, I'm so, down on my luck and this sucks and blah, blah, and it's like, bitch, what about me? What do you mean you're down on your luck? Like, your life, I would kill for your life, Yeah. So I think that's what it was, is that she was always, the, rough sister, or the black sheep, basically, is what everyone called her. And my fucking fake ass top hat's making me sweaty. But I think that's what it was. And I think that shows not only that, but how she was so quick to point the finger at the daughter, at her niece.
And how quickly, with the right evidence, with the record, that you would have to know.
That's true.
If it is Connie, you would have to know. Like, originally, I thought Connie was the fun, zany aunt. I think in the last episode, we referenced her to the old woman in Moana.
Yeah.
And we talked about how she has, the Fab Four rabbits, because there's no way she would actually decapitate a rabbit because she has 4 of them at home.
George, Paul, and John.
Right.
Yeah. But for the longest time, I thought it was the dad.
I
think there is enough evidence to point at him, and yes, he might not want to talk because of his economic involvement and his financial involvement with everything. But you got to think, if he's being hounded and he wants to hide something. Yes, Sarah, you're about to explode. Have you ever seen that scene in St. Anna's where the guy's head blows up?
What if they did it together?
Why is she living in a fucking trailer? Okay.
I know.
No,
this is me being funny. This is me doing
It's not a soap opera. Connie's not fucking the other guy.
No, but they both had motive.
Yeah, but also
what a weird family reunion then.
Right. But
hey, is anybody else tired of Babs? Maybe we should kill her. I think we should kill her.
Take a vote.
Team up.
I mean, honestly, we've had conversations like that in my family. It's like, all right, who's hoarding our millions? All right, great. What allergies does she have?
Hey, you've just given me an idea for one of my family members who just
Do we log off now so we're not accomplices?
I
No,
will
it's
tell you.
Okay, we just
Whatever.
talked about staging a coup at work, but that's something completely different.
Satire. However,
Thank you.
the thing is, though, is that they were already divorced and that he was already in a lot of shit.
Yeah, he was.
So he had already retained that lawyer. He'd already talked to that person previously. He already had a relationship with him. The thing is that if there's anything financial going on and there's a lot of money, you don't kill someone in your family because, and I can,
True.
without saying too much, no one in my family would ever kill someone.
No, same. No.
Because, I mean, okay, so if you Google family Tampa, a lot of attention was brought to my family once my once my grandmother passed away.
Yep.
A lot of people, obviously you're like, oh, it's the husband. It couldn't have been my grandfather because what was his alibi? He was with his other wife and his other family that he had for over 30 or 20, at that time, 27 years.
I think our families know each other. Stop.
Old strategy.
Related?
What?
Like, seriously?
I'm not sharing my millions with you.
I didn't say
What a
I don't
move.
have my millions because
I'll
someone else
kill
does.
you.
That is old school
So
commitment right there. You have two families for 25 years, yet nowadays we have douchebags being family annihilators and can't see a plan through.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the thing is, though, is that people were like, oh, he definitely did it. But and this is what my family has always said, is like, no, because he didn't want that to come out. He didn't want to deal with that.
Right.
And he didn't want to hurt, because the other kids didn't know about it. None of the kids knew about it, like the generation down or the generation below that. And he didn't want them to know about it. Neither did apparently.
Like
Neither
the business people thing. Like, you wouldn't kill somebody if you were involved in something.
In
I
something.
just want people to find out about. That's true.
If you're a money launderer,
Yeah.
you don't want to murder people, which will
That
get someone. Has anyone watched fucking Ozarks? Come
No,
on.
you're right. And not only, I love Ozark. Oh my God.
Very gray or blue. Like, why?
It is the background. I've only seen one other show with a weird like filter like that. I don't get it. I don't know.
Listen, I might not know shit about fuck, but you don't. If you're involved in something sketchy, you don't murder people. Okay.
So that kind of rules out Jeff and all of the pyramid scheme people. So I think we might be onto something.
It does.
Oh,
And
we
the
might have
plot
solved the case.
thickens.
You have 2 mics to drop right there. You deserve to.
Yeah, you do.
This is expensive. I can't drop it.
Yeah, that's a nice blue yeti.
But the plot thickens. Detective CC Suarez at your service.
You're welcome, America. There she is.
You're welcome, Madison.
Yes. Hello.
Madison from Madison.
Oh,
Well, how long did that take us? We had all of, let's see,
took us like
almost an hour and a half. Madison, you had 4 episodes.
Yeah, come on.
What
Why
up?
was there only 4? Like, I get it. I understand, the end of COVID, whatever, he could only do so much.
Yeah, true.
Listen, his intro, his graphics, like, because he understood.
Yeah.
I love that he had the awareness to understand, like, my family's confusing as fuck. Like, all the characters in this, I had to pause it so many times. I was like, all right, this bitch is over here. Where's that one messy bitch? She's down there.
Where's that one messy bitch?
Like, it's insane. But it wasn't the dad. He can't talk about shit because he was a money launderer. That's why he can't talk about any of this.
Yeah, and he knows.
And that's kind of brushed aside and all of that.
Yeah, yes, it is.
You're led to believe that it's like, looking at it in that light, you're led to believe it was the dad, much like the Paradise Lights documentaries led you to believe it was Mark Byers.
Yeah, actually.
Or John Byers.
John Byers, I think. I don't know.
Captain fucking Redneck. He's awesome in that. If you've not seen Paradise Lost, it is Alabama Man from South Park.
Oh, God.
Was that Captain Redneck? Okay.
Captain Redneck, too. Thank you.
And what is Conway?
Fucking Redneck.
Oh, yeah.
It was in a trailer, and then she was like, look, Madison, that's my little outdoor area.
Nope, that's just a field. That is not a pergola. That is a milk crate.
That's a milk crate. With like a really rusty couple of stairs.
That's a milk crate.
Yeah.
Oh, Nimmers.
That's a cardboard box. That's not
ma'am.
No, ma'am. Changing the tires does not mean you're putting an extension on the trailer.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting theory. I like that.
And when I was going through the outline, and yes, I went through the outline today.
Good job, Matt. I'm so proud of you.
Yes. The throwing of the sister underneath the bus. And when you strip down the dramatic buildup of everything.
Yes, important.
Yes.
Yeah.
They give it this big dramatic buildup, but when you look at the evidence, it's flimsy at best. That can be disproven. Why?
The evidence that we have.
Right.
Correct. Yeah.
But
because all of the DNA is gone.
It's gone. Yeah.
How do you fumble fuck that one? Going back to the sister point, it seemed like Madison really shouldn't have thrown that in there. It was just to be like, let's include more suspects and more suspects and form your own conclusion. And Jimmy Hoffa's over there, you know, and just threw everything against the wall to see what stuck.
Yep.
Hey, he's very talented. He's a good
fantastic filmmaking.
Sure.
Not insulting the man at all. Just that one threw me off because they built a whole episode around it.
Well, yeah, because I want to know who killed his mom.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that. You don't need filler content in a 4-episode docuseries.
This is not season 8 of Game of Thrones. I think it's filler.
No. Season 8 Game of Thrones. Oh God.
Hey,
the Wiggles look like dramatic theater with how bad the last season of Game of Thrones was.
The last episode.
Sir, I am a Targaryen at heart.
Yep. I can see that.
So,
I can see that.
Fire and blood, motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
I will take what is mine with fire and blood. It was him. No, it was her. No. Where's her jaw going? I don't know. No, it was her. A cardboard box. Why is she in a trailer? I don't know. It was very confusing. And I think it was kind of nice, though, that it like took us through kind of him figuring out everything though too, and like the more like closure like about like his family, how he did the last episode, he got her ashes. I was like, is that a toaster? What is that?
Well, we all know Mom used to like to drink. So.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I'm like, oh, they're all alcoholics.
Let's remember the fun times.
Listen, I will put my mother's ashes in a fucking Crown Royal bottle, okay? And she will smile down upon me.
Such a classy bottle. You can pick the classiest possible bottle.
There's Crown Royal.
You can turn your loved one's ashes into a diamond.
Yeah.
Honey, that's expensive.
It is, but I know someone that's doing it.
Whoa.
I know.
Not right this second, but that's the plan.
Oh, okay, good. I'm glad we cleared that little mishap up.
Oh, dude, you know them.
Yeah, but we have to phrase our words right after we accidentally killed you off last week.
Yeah, true. Now we're talking about ashes and diamonds.
I missed one episode because I had my teeth jacked with.
It's Conway Beach inside of a box. I smell it! Ma'am, that's not what I'm here for.
We appreciate you. You're amazing, and thank you for joining us.
So much. This is so much fun.
Yeah.
And next time we do this, I'll be drinking with you. All right, so keep asking questions.
Make your own reality.
Let the facts be your answers, and
Stay spicy.
stay spicy. Thanks for listening.